According to the United Nations, every 10 minutes, one woman is killed somewhere in the world. Not by illness, not by war, by a partner or family member. And if you think this is an extreme case, you are wrong. This is the end. Today, I'm talking about the beginning. Because before violence appears, silence always comes first. Violence is not a loss of control. Violence is a concentration of control. When one person slowly gains control over money, over documents, over decisions, over the future, and the other person doesn't even notice how they stop being an independent adult and become part of someone else's system. I will not start with emotions, and I will not start with a personal story. I will start with a fact. According to the United Nations, every 10 minutes, one woman is killed somewhere in the world. Not by illness, not by war, by a partner or family member. Every 10 minutes, and if you think this is an extreme case, you are wrong. This is the end. Today, I'm talking about the beginning. Because before violence appears, silence always comes first. According to the World Health Organization, almost 1 in 3 women worldwide has experienced violence from an intimate partner or sexual violence during her lifetime. That is hundreds of millions of people. This is not an social issue. This is the scale of humanity. But here is what is rarely said out loud. Most of these women never thought of themselves as victims. They thought of themselves as wives, partners, family. And this is where the most dangerous trap begins. We are used to thinking that violence means pain, shooting, hitting, but statistics and court cases show something else. In reality, it starts with much earlier, with control that is called care, with decisions made for your own good, with praise that sounds like love. I will take care of everything. You don't need to worry about this. I just want you to be safe. And here is the moment that changes everything. Violence is not a loss of control. Violence is a concentration of control. When one person slowly gains control over money, over documents, over decisions, over the future, and the other person doesn't even notice how they stop being an independent adult and become part of someone else's system. Let's look at the facts without emotions. In countries with the laws, courts, and human rights, in England and Wales, according to official statistics, millions of people each year experience domestic abuse. In the United States, according to CDC, almost 1 in 2 women reports physical violence, sexual violence, or stalking by an intimate partner during her lifetime. In Australia, official government data separately records economic abuse. It has affected 1 in 6 women. In Canada, recent years show a rise of family violence. In the European Union, 1 of 3 women has experienced physical or sexual violence in adulthood. This is not culture. This is not poverty. This is not lack of education. This is a repeating pattern. And now I will say that I rarely say. The most dangerous part of these stories is not the abuser. The most dangerous part is normalization. When control becomes normal, when pressure is called personality, when fear is accepted as the price of family, when a person tells themselves, this is just phase, they will change, I will endure. And this is the moment when the system closes. Because after that, everything follows the same logic. Fewer questions, less access, less choice, and no more dependency. And dependency is not weakness, it is survival strategy. That is why the question, why didn't she leave, is the wrong question. The right question is different. What was done to make living impossible? When you don't have your own money, you are not free. When you don't have your documents, you are not protected. When you don't have information, you are not a decision maker. That's why millions of smart, strong, educated people end up in traps that from the outside look like normal life. Let me pause here. If you feel tension while watching this, it is not because this is uncomfortable. It is because you recognize the mechanism. And here is the main point of this video. Violence does not start with the hit. It starts with permission. Permission not to know. Permission not to check. Permission not to ask questions. Today, around the world, there are legal, social, and human rights systems that knows how to work with these cases. But they have one condition. As long as a person stays silent, they are powerless. Silence is not neutral. Silence is side of violence. That is why this video is not about fear. It is not about pain. This video is about responsibility. Responsibility to see. Responsibility to name this as they are. Responsibility not to give away control over your life without understanding the consequences. If you have watched until this moment, you are ready for an adult conversation. Write one word in comments, aware, not for the algorithm, for yourself. Subscribe to the channel if you want conversation without hysteria, without accusations, and without manipulation. We are not looking for enemies. We are returning people their agency. And if this video reminds you of someone, don't argue, don't judge. Just send the link. Sometimes one link is the moment when person realize they are not alone.